Now, I love Helen Zille, I really do. I think she's arguably the best choice to fix Johannesburg. Especially at her age, it's incredible that she is doing this. But when I listen to Democratic Alliance speeches, I'm thinking to myself, are we fixing potholes or are we invading Mordor? I was watching BizNews speeches, a great platform where people get up and make speeches, talk about local government issues like Gates and McKenzie, how to fix crime, etc. And you can think whatever of these people, but many of them talk about South Africa. Then Helen Zille gets up. And it's not Johannesburg anymore, it's 1944, Normandy, and the drums are beating. Listen to this.
We are making a transition into a new world order dominated by three oligarchs, Trump, Putin, and Xi, each representing and defending each other's rights to run their neighborhoods in what they interpret as their national interest, while the rest of the world tries to work out how to get by and survive in the cracks. As Trump seeks to annex Greenland and make Canada his 51st state,
she delivered that entire speech like she just escaped from Washington with classified documents, like she's a CIA whistleblower or she's a member of the Illuminati. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, is this what R1 million from the Adenauer Foundation buys you? After that speech, I had to Google what an oligarch is. Apparently, it's a small group of powerful elite using their resources to control government institutions. Wow. So that's planet Earth then, I suppose. I think Helen Zille, all credit to her, has been watching too many Winston Churchill movies. It's as if she thinks she is the supreme commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force, announcing the invasion of Pennsylvania. I can almost imagine a Shakespearean play written by the black lesbian Gareth van Onselen. But unfortunately, we do not have the technology to go into Helen Zille's mind and see it play out. Or do we? Lo, attend ye faithful remnants of constitutional governance, for dark clouds gather o'er this trembling land. A doomsday coalition stirs, a hydra of red faded yellow banners, and the ghost of former presidents. They circle KwaZulu-Natal like wolves in coalition talks. We stood but one vote from ruin, one provincial parliamentarian from chaos, one miscounted ballot from municipal Armageddon. Had that vote fallen, we would have lost the province to potholes eternal, to procurement by candlelight, to tenders whispered in corridors of smoke. Yet still we stand, Cape Town elitist, socialist in disguise. You call it governance? I call it chains on enterprise. Audits dazzle, policies flounder, and yet you smile. Silence! By pixelated poltergeist, back to the Russian bot farms whence ye came. Your Cyrillic syntax betrays thee. You have no power here, Timuter Blanche. But hark, enough. John Steenhuisen, thy arrives with all the promptness and ceremony of an Uber Eats delivery. Madam Chairperson, thou fightest shadows too small. Lift thine eyes beyond the Zulu fortress. From Kiev and Ukraine to Jerusalem and Israel, an iron curtain has descended across the planet. Behold, I present to you the oligarchs. Jinping shifts in the east, quiet as 1,000 rising dragons. Donald Trump marches in the west, across the desert of headlines, leaving only chaos in its wake. Vladimir Putin moves in the north, where the long winter never truly sleeps. Chairperson, they have plunged the world into shadow. The age is not municipal, it is civilizational. Before their coming, we were but humble farmers, peacefully and quietly, being killed and tortured in the farms and in the townships. Then, calamity most bureaucratic. NGO funding was stripped from the institutions. And here, we debate. Caucus minutes? Have we learned nothing? Where was the DA when the West Rand fell? When 1,000 fake accounts cried, Cape Town collapses, and darkness covered the land? We were balancing Albertinia's budget. Where was the DA when Mariupol was enveloped? When Kiev's skies burned with rockets? And democracy itself cried out. We were fixing a pothole in Malmesbury. And where was the DA? Hang on. Yes, I'll take the double waffle special, please. And where was the DA when J.D. Vance climbed in the polls? When Minnesota trembled with uncertainty? And the electorate's voice cried out. We were holding a gay pride march. And where shall we be when history calls again? Chairperson, Chairperson. Gordon Neil Lewis, pray, what brings thee from thy mission of walling in the ebony folk? O Chairperson, as I tended to my most solemn charge, behold, my eyes that spot a beacon set aflame on Table Mountain, burning bright, like the trumpet of fate itself. There is no mistaking the signal. Zelensky calls for aid. So, it has come to this. I have seen coalitions rise and crumble. I have watched factions devour themselves. I have trained it. I have been cancelled. I've been compared to Thatcher thrice daily. And yet, the Democratic Alliance was not forged in comfort. It was forged in opposition, in ridicule, in court battles, in blue banners beneath hostile skies. History calls. Federal leader of the Democratic Alliance. If we answer, there is no turning back. Chairperson of the the Democratic Alliance, then let history record. We were not found drafting. We were found writing. In enough speeches. If the beacons are lit, the Democratic Alliance will answer. If Kiev calls, we will not mute the notification. If democracy trembles, we shall steady it. Jordan Neil Lewis, Chairperson, tell Alan Windy to assemble the cyclists. We ride at dawn. We will meet the Ukrainian delegation in Pennsylvania. Let oversight committees assemble. Let press conferences be scheduled. Let fact-checkers sharpen their keyboards. John Steenhuisen will command the mighty Gemsbok army as he rolls forth like Bulbasaur, spreading foot-and-mouth disease with fearsome glee. I will helm the mothership, the SS Tony Leon, rising from fiscal waters, its hull forged from the steel of audited reports. Gordon Neil Lewis will descend from the heavens, clad in municipal blue, leading the cyclists, bearing bylaws of righteousness. Balanced budgets will be our shields. Clean audits, our swords. And when the final bot is silenced, when the final tender has been made transparent, justice shall prevail. And the sun, yes, the sun shall shine again.